to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Hart, pilot Jack Woolen in Skycam 16, chief meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Well, we told you about Hazleton and Shenandoah Water having giardiasis, but no cases of the flu-like giardiasis from it. Now, one section of Montour County is dealing with giardiasis in some people, but no cysts in the water there. Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine went to Danville today, where health officials are a little puzzled.
Hi, this is Rusty Harden, Pennsylvania Department of Health.
Rusty Harden has been working since the middle of February trying to figure out why 7 people in Danville have gotten giardiasis in the past month. So far, all he knows is some of the cases involve adults and children who have been to the Danville Daycare Center.
First off, to get into the daycare center, it had to be introduced in there. The water in Danville has been checked on the 26th, and it's free of giardiasis.
Officials at the daycare center say it's not a source of giardiasis, and if anything, the disease was carried in. And they say they feel it's nothing to get alarmed over.
Unidentified source, unidentified cases have been in our areas for a long time, and there's really no problem that I can see now at all in Danville or most especially in the daycare center.
Besides water, giardiasis can be spread through bodily waste. It causes a flu-like illness, but isn't fatal. It can be curbed through good personal hygiene. Peggy Dimmick has her son enrolled here and says she isn't worried about the center.
The teachers are with them, teaching them good hygiene, and I've been meticulous at home trying to keep him, very carefully washing his hands and trying to impress that upon him.
Here at the Danville Daycare Center, administration officials are doing everything they can to help improve personal hygiene. In fact, they've even lowered the sinks for the children so they can wash their hands more easily. They say it's the best way they know to help make sure their children stay healthy. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, Mahoning Township.
The name of a Northumberland County serviceman killed in connection with the Vietnam War is one of 95 that'll be added to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. The black marble walls of the memorial in Washington, dedicated last spring, show 58,022 servicemen. They do not include the 95 because even though they were killed while on combat duty, they had not died in the official war zone. Next month, memorial sponsors will inscribe the name of Air Force Technical Sergeant Gene A. Lauer of Shamokin. Sergeant Lauer was killed on Wake Island in 1968. 6 other Pennsylvania servicemen not from our area will also be among the 95 to be added next month in Washington. The Weather Watch is next with our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark. Well, Tom, can you promise us a spring day on tap?
No.
No?
Not tomorrow, anyway. A lot of wind out there today, Nolan.
A lot of wind.
And that's going to die down tonight. But we're going to be talking about another storm system brewing tonight. I'll be right back with that. You are watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP, and we're proud to serve Bethlehem and all of Northampton County.
For 1986, Weight Watchers has added a plus to its famous Quick Start program. Now, it's Quick Start Plus. The freedoms of party, if you wish. Or satisfy a yen, now and then. Or choices, if you want them. Join now. Enjoy the plus while you subtract.
For a limited time, join Weight Watchers Quick Start Plus program, and your first meeting is free. Pay only registration. Call now, 800-322-PHIN.
Come on, baby, let's got shower glow. So many things it'll thrill your soul. Come on, baby, let that paper roll. Roll on and on.
When the other leading brand gives up, Scott Towels keeps right on rolling because it has lots more sheets so you don't run out. Scott Towels, Scott Tissue, Scotty, Scott Economy Pack Napkins, and Scott Value products go a long way and save you money.
Well, I don't know if it was yesterday's warm weather or last night's heavy downpours that washed all the snow away. I can find hardly any around here.
There's nothing back here, Nolan. No snow here. Completely gone. In my backyard at home, though, up in mountaintop there, a few piles left over, but a lot of it washed away last night with those torrential downpours that came through. About a half-inch of rain fell here. And outside now, it's a good 20 degrees colder than it was this time yesterday. Behind me, there's a pink sunset taking place. Let's look at some temperatures now across the area. Now, weather watcher Catherine Straley lives in Canadenzas, or just north of there, 32 at her place. Gail Purcell at Riverside, Northumberland County, 42. And Carmen Perfetta in Kelairs, he reports 39 at this hour. Now, in the backyard, it's partly cloudy and 40. Humidity 60%. The wind is northwest at 14, not quite as fierce as it was yesterday. The barometer at 30 inches even. Now, 58 was the high just past midnight last night, and 40. The current temperature is the low so far. 42 is a normal high for the date. 71 back in 77. And we had some rain a year ago today, but it was mild. And there's a view today. Photographer Gail Smallwood got us a shot of that farm near Danville in Montour County. This is a satellite image from last night, just before midnight. Notice the big swirl of clouds from a very intense late winter storm that was responsible for that rash of tornadoes last night out across the Ohio Valley, and the thunderstorms that moved into central and northeastern Pennsylvania last night. Here they were, about to move through. The center of that storm was racing up to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. And that's why it's so windy in March, because of the passage of these very intense storms. Now, I want to go to the very latest satellite image of the U.S. Well, there it goes, way out to sea up that way. A few scattered clouds and some snow flurries over the mountains of Pennsylvania now, but they will dissipate as some clear air is going to develop. But look at this. Another big storm system developing down to the south. Tornado warnings out down here. It looks like this system will begin to affect our weather by daybreak on Thursday. For tonight, the winds will subside, and the clouds will begin to evaporate away. 24 the morning low in Dalton, 28 in Nanacoke, St. Clair about 28, 27 the morning low in Lock Haven. That is about normal. The wind from the northwest. A good morning tomorrow to see Halley's Comet. At 5 a.m., folks, look southeast, very low in the sky, to the left of the Teapot constellation Sagittarius. Good luck. Here's the sunrise time for tomorrow. That will be at 6:21, and the sunset at 6:07. Clearing tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow, a good-looking day near 40, and then early Thursday, some showers of rain developing. Could begin as sleet or freezing rain along the northern border of Pennsylvania. Otherwise, I don't expect any real problems. Up to near 50, into the 50s on Friday, but rain heading into the weekend. Doesn't look good.
No, it does not look good. Thank you, Tom. We'll see you in the update. Zone has the Sports Watch. Next, you'll have pictures of last night's middleweight doubleheader. Plus, he'll be telling you about athletes from all over the world coming to our area to compete.
Under the silk pajamas, under the lacy pillow, under the designer sheets, way down deep, is a great night's sleep. The King Coil Posture Bond, the only mattress designed for comfort, for superb spine support, and endorsed by the International Chiropractors Association. Underneath it all, it's your good night's sleep. The Posture Bond, only from King Coil.
To help make March Mazda's biggest month in history nationwide, your Mazda dealer is offering incredible deals throughout the showroom. It's your chance to save on 626, a world-class family car. On 323, Mazda's state-of-the-art small car. And special factory cash allowances mean you can save hundreds on Mazda B2000. So hurry to your Mazda dealers now. Don't miss your chance to become a part of history.
Get a great deal at your local Mazda dealer today.
Well, on this day after, what'd you think of the fights last night, Joe?
I was surprised the way a couple of them went. One was short, one was long, but in the end, well, I'll tell you, they were really different fights. But it was exactly what the fight promoters ordered. Wins for Hagler and Hearns, and a probable rematch between them this fall. 31 years old, Hagler coming to the end for Marvelous Marvin. Well, he got the knockout last night in his 61st fight, but it was not easy. Several times the challenger, John Mugabe, went toe-to-toe with the middleweight champ. Once he nearly closed Hagler's eye, but Hagler pounded away at Mugabe, and at 1:49 of the 11th round, floored the Ugandan. Mugabe was counted out. Hagler had his 12th straight title defense. Thomas Hearns had no trouble at all with James Shuler. 73 seconds into the fight, Hearns took Shuler out. That sets up a possible Hagler-Hearns rematch.
Oh, I'm not committing myself to anything right now. Basically, what I'm going to do is take a little rest. I've been gone from my home for a while. So when Marvin Hagler and Thomas Hearns is here, you know you're going to get a thrill.
Look for that one in September. 7 years ago, I remember the Parquet Gymnastics Club in Allentown. They were in an old, beat-up facility in the downtown building, but even then, the Parquets were turning out Olympic hopefuls. Today, there is a new building, but the same old dream, Olympic gymnasts. Jay Christopher says that the Parquets are known worldwide now. They are even hosting an international meet.
Former physical education teacher Donna Strauss and her husband Bill began training gymnasts in backyards, a barn, an unheated church basement, and finally a second-floor studio above the Allentown Symphony Hall on 6th Street. Having outgrown that facility, the Parquets then moved into a newly constructed training center a few blocks away, where today more than 1,300 athletes train year-round.
I think it was probably back in about 1972 when we went to the Olympics in Munich, Germany, and our interest at that point just kind of catapulted upwards, and we decided that we wanted to get into this full force, and at that point started working very hard and trying to raise money for a facility, which we attained in 1981. And in about 1974, our first gymnasts competed internationally in Moscow, and from then on, it's just been one country after the other, and usually around 8 of our gymnasts a year get to travel internationally and compete.
Tomorrow, a profile of some Parquets who are taking aim at the June USA Championships in Indianapolis. In particular, Jennifer Say, a 17-year-old gymnast who was injured last autumn during a meet in Canada. Doctors said her career was over. Jennifer had other plans. I'm Jay Christopher, Sports Watch 16.
More about that international meet tomorrow, too. Your favorite guy may not be on it. Still, it's pretty tough to argue with the AP All-America team. What a group. Lenny Bias from Maryland, a senior. Kenny Walker out of Kentucky, another senior. A couple of juniors, Walter Berry out of St. John, Steve Alford from Indiana, and Johnny Dawkins out of Duke, the senior. They're the first teamer. Second team, Del Curry, Brad Doherty, Danny Manning, Ronnie Harper, and Scott Skiles. High school basketball, first round of the state playoff. 27 games for us to be concerned with tonight. We'll have it all in the update. Baseball today, spring training, Phillies over the Mets beat the Phillies 5-3. Tim Carlson is in Fort Lauderdale with the Yankees, and later with the Phillies. Report from him tomorrow. That's all of it. Get tonight your best shot to 11 o'clock.
27 games tonight, huh?
We've got a lot of teams going.
Okay, we'll be watching for them then. Thanks, Joe. Farmers are drilling holes in trees in Susquehanna County, and we'll tell you why next as Newswatch 16 continues.
Every Sunday when I was your age, your grandma sent me here for bread. This is where I stopped for a game. Vinny! Hey, Danny. Hey. And right about here, I'd smell Grandma's sauce. Still terrific, Mom.
There's nothing like coming home to the homemade taste of spaghetti with lots of delicious ragu sauce.
This was a great place to grow up, right, Dad?
The best.
Ragu spaghetti sauce. That's Italian.
Lunch already.
Mr. Tracy, your granddaughter.
Hello. Whenever you need us, we'll be there. Many of you have been calling us saying you've seen geese flying north and robins settling in around here. They are all signs of spring, and there's another sign of spring to tell you about tonight. Newswatch 16's Bob Reynolds says you can find it in the maple trees in Susquehanna County.
This scene has been repeated on the Calendar farm for generations. The snow is still on the ground, but the signs of spring aren't really hard to find. You just have to travel in the woods a bit to see them. Every year around this time, Spencer Calendar of Thompson Township is busy drilling about 2,500 holes into his maple trees, attaching the taps, which will trap the sap, which makes maple syrup.
You look for your roots and the biggest limbs. You tap over the root and underneath the biggest limbs for the best sap flow.
Last year wasn't very good to local maple syrup producers. There was a shortage which Spencer Calendar says may drive up the price a bit. But Calendar hopes this year will be different.
The leaves were heavy last summer. We had ample sunshine. It should be a good year. But if it warms right up and stays warm for a couple of weeks, we're done because the sap will spoil in the trees.
The Calendar family says hopefully by the end of this week, the sap will be brought here for processing. The end result will be maple syrup, sugar, and cream. And who knows, some of it may end up on your table. Bob Reynolds, Newswatch 16, Susquehanna County.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. That's Newswatch 16 for Tuesday. Be sure to join us tonight on the Update when we'll be finding out how some teachers in our area feel about that test the Texas teachers took yesterday. World News Tonight is next for the team, including Karen, who has this night off. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the Update.